Foster care is often seen as a noble calling, a chance to help children in need. But behind this facade lies a troubling reality. In Queensland, in child protection circles, there exists this hierarchy of belief. We have coined it the Believability Pyramid. This unspoken pyramid is the ranking of who is to be believed down to who is expendable and therefore can be more easily blamed. At the top, child safety workers are always believed. Even if you can prove that they lie, it is investigated by themselves and explained away by saying it was either a mistake or an error in note-taking. Then come the agencies, who are mostly composed of former child safety workers. Funded by the department, they do what the department tells them to do. These non-for-profits also include residential care agencies. It even extends to the Queensland Foster and Kinship Care, who are supposedly there to help carers but will often support the department by giving them information about you. Beneath them is the child in care, who is believed only on the basis of what child safety wants. Like some bitter, twisted divorce, child safety and their team of non-government organisations, NGOs, often clash the biological parents and/or the foster carers for what actually is the best interest of the child. Next in line are the biological parents and relatives, who often have children taken away for no real reason and with little real effort to have the families stay together as a unit. The department who chooses to take the child away gives that child major trauma, which often is avoidable. They rather that the child and family suffer unnecessarily, so that they avoid media attention in worst possible cases. Instead of investigating properly and quickly with evidence, not hunches, they label everyone as abusive to protect their political interests. Simply put, they are not doing their jobs. They destroy families. Unfortunately, at the very bottom of this pyramid sit the foster carers, often the last to be believed when allegations arise. Despite their dedication, foster carers face an uphill battle, frequently finding themselves accused and unsupported. False allegations can shatter lives, especially when no one believes you. Many foster carers have experienced the devastating fallout of claims that don't hold water. The department does not need proof. They can just create it. No one is there keeping them accountable. These allegations could be from children who know how to use the system. Maybe they want something they shouldn't have. Maybe they are trying to get back to the biological parents. Who knows why sometimes? Allegations often come from child safety themselves, and often it's petty with no proof. But why would they do that to carers? Sometimes carers have to battle the department for the rights of the child in their care, which can make child safety look bad. Then child safety starts to manage the carer out of the system. They do this to replace them with someone easier to manage. The only way they can do that is to get support from their NGO friends, who often will support the narrative in order to stay in favour with their source of funding, the department. The system is always at the expense of the carer. The last to be believed, the easiest to be replaced. If a person wants to make life difficult for you, all they need to do is report you, and if it fits child safety's agenda, they will not believe you. There is no recourse, there is no procedural fairness. They will take your foster child, no questions asked. If this happens, and you have your own biological child, then they may even take your child from you as well. This is why there is 15,000 plus children in care in Queensland, many of whom should not have been taken in the first place. You are at the greatest disposition. Foster carers' worlds can be turned upside down in an instant, their reputations shattered like fragile glass, and their mental health precariously balanced on the edge of despair. One moment they are beacons of hope, providing love and stability to vulnerable children. And the next, they find themselves engulfed in a storm of unfounded accusations and scrutiny. If you're considering becoming a foster carer, think twice. The experience can be one of the most challenging of your life. You may face false allegations, find yourself isolated and feel utterly unsupported with no recourse. If you try, be prepared to take on a department with limitless resources and the ability to get their narrative supported by their NGO friends. This has happened to many carers before you. Before you take this step, understand the risks. Your life could be irrevocably changed for the worse. Be informed. Be prepared.